Okay, today you're going to be simplifying algebraic expressions, and I want you to be able to use the order of operations to evaluate and simplify expressions. Now, evaluate, if you just underline that word in there, there's value there. You're actually going to find a value for the expression. So I want to go over order of operations. Sometimes students hear, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. They remember that. And that stands for always do your parentheses first, your exponents, multiply, divide, A for add, S for subtract. Sometimes also students remember PEMDAS. And I just want to remind you that multiplying and dividing have the same priority level. You just do them from left to right. And that's the same way with adding and subtracting. Same priority level, do them left to right. Okay, so what we're going to do first, there's an example here that you can refer back to if you need to. We are just going to do this, and we're going to do it step by step. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to follow the directions off to the side where it says substitute 5 for A and 2 for B. Now here they've already substituted 5 here for A, here 2 here for B, and then we need to finish this one up. So it's minus 3 times A, which is 5. Okay, we substituted those. Those are done. Now we want to evaluate the exponents. So we only want to do the exponents. That's the first. We don't have any parentheses here, so the next step would be exponents. So that's the only thing we're going to simplify. So they've simplified this for us already. So we're going to write 2 times 5. We're not going to do that. We're going to do the exponents here, or exponent, and then minus 3 times 5, because it just says evaluate the exponents. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to multiply from left to right. So we already have this 25. It gets added to, we're going to multiply from left to right. So 2 times 5 is 10, times 4 is 40. Then we're going to 3 times 5, so that is 15. Then we'll add and subtract from left to right. So 25 plus 40 is 65. Takes care of that and that, minus 15, that's going to give us 50. Okay, the next one, we're going to substitute for the variables. So C is 7 and D is 6, so that's going to be 7 squared minus 7 times 6 plus 3 times 6. Okay, now we're going to evaluate the exponents only. So we're taking this one and saying 49. We're writing the rest as is because we're only doing one step at a time. Now it's telling us to multiply from left to right. So we've already evaluated the exponents here. We're going to multiply here and also the 18. So 49 minus 42 is going to be 7 plus 18, and that's going to give us 25. All right, example 3. We're going to substitute 4 for m, so this would be 5 times 4 minus n is 2, so 2 cubed over 3 times 2. So we're going to evaluate the exponents, which means we're going to say 5 and then 4 minus, now this is not 2 times 3, it's 2 times 2 times 2. So that's going to be 8. And then we're still over 3 times 2. Okay, and I think I have moved a parenthesis here. Can you just go back and fix this one right here? The parenthesis, I wrote it inside here, and this should be 5 times 4. So if you can just change that, and that's going to make this 5 times 4 here minus 8. So again, go ahead and change those back there, and that's going to be over 3 times 2. Now we're going to multiply here, so that's going to be 20 minus 8. And then 3, it says multiply inside parentheses, so we did the 5 times 4 minus 8, and then now we have 20 minus 8, it says subtract inside parentheses, so we have these parentheses here, and we're going to do 20 minus 8, which is 12, over 3 times 2. Again, we're just doing step by step. Now we're going to multiply from left to right, so it's going to be 12 over 6. Now it says divide from left to right? Well, there's only one thing to divide, so that's going to end up being 2. Okay, so our answer here is 2. Answer here is 25. Answer up here is 50. Okay, so that is simplifying algebraic expressions. Now we want to combine like terms. So you have some examples here. Like terms have the same variables to the same power. So here's an x squared, here's an x squared. That's what you look at. You look at the variables and the powers on the exponents. So this is xy, they're both to the first power, xy both to the first power. So they are like terms. So then what happens, let's go back to the 3x squared. Once we say that they're the same, all we look at is the coefficient. And we add the 3 and the 4. And that's what they're doing right here. They put the 3 and the 4, they put them together. So they rewrote this. Well, let's go back up here. They identified the like terms here, like terms here. Then they wrote them like terms right next to each other. And then the coefficients get added, so that's going to be 7, 3 and 4. And then 5, and this is like a negative 1 here. So that would be 5 minus 1, so that would be the 4xy. Now sometimes you're going to have to distribute to simplify. So here, this is just multiplied, negative 2a squared. Now we have a negative and negative, so that's going to give us a positive 2ab, and then a plus 6ab plus 2a squared. Okay, now let's group the like terms. So here's a like term with this one, and these two are like terms. So we can put these two together. I subtract 2a squared and add 2a squared, that just goes away. And 2ab, these are the same, just add the coefficients for 8ab. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples here. I'm looking for like terms. So this has x to the first power, this has x to the first power, and this has x to the first power. So I'm going to group those together, so just write them next to each other. That's going to be negative 6x minus 2x plus 4x, and then I have that 3. So group like terms. All right, now we are going to, since these are all like terms, we're just going to add the values that are in front, or the coefficients. So negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8, plus 4 is going to be negative 8x plus 3. We're going to just bring that down. All right, this one says we're going to distribute first. So c times 4c is going to be 4c squared. C times d is just plus cd. And then we're just going to rewrite what's there, c squared plus cd. Now it says to group like terms. Well, this is c squared, this is c squared. So we're going to put 4c squared minus c squared. And then we have the cd and the cd that are the same. So plus cd plus cd. All right, we grouped the like terms. Now we're going to add or subtract. So 4c squared minus c squared is going to be 3c squared. CD plus CD is going to give me 2CD. And I don't have any values for C or D, so I just simplify the expression. I'm not evaluating, I'm just simplifying. Evaluate means I find the actual value. Okay, so here we have, let's circle all the a squareds that we have. So we're going to group those together. And it would be 4a squared minus 4a squared. Then we have an ab here and an ab here. So plus 5ab minus 2ab minus 7. All right, now we're going to put those together. So 4a squared minus 4a squared is going to be 0. So we're just going to cross that off. And then we have 5ab minus 2ab, so that will be 3ab. And then we just have that 7 that doesn't have any like terms to combine. All right, we're going to distribute here, so that's 3s minus 12t, and we're just going to rewrite these, plus 3s minus t. Okay, so we have circling all the s to the first power, and this is t and t. So we're going to write those two next to each other like terms, 3s plus 3s, and then minus 12t minus t. So we have the 3s here, minus 12t minus t. So that's going to give us 6s, because I have 3 s's here, 3 s's here, for a total of 6 s's. And then I have a negative 12, and this is like a negative 1. So that's going to be negative 13t. Okay, that's it for the notes on section 1.4b.